I want to welcome everybody to the show. I paused that for a minute, y'all. Pause for the cause, but we're going to get into this. It seemed like white America is starting to feel what we in black America has been feeling for the longest. This is how do broke Americans enjoy the weekends? We're going to have a slew of videos on this one. I want everybody to go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I want to thank each and every one of you for your comments and thank you for viewing the channel. But let's get into what these slew of videos have to say. I took them off TikTok for y'all, so y'all let me know how I'm doing. Here we go.
Your weekends when you're broke. Am I the only one saying this? But like, you ever work all week, you realize you ain't got no money, then the weekend rolls around, and you think to yourself, I can't enjoy it because I got no money to do nothing. I remember in the summertime, one time I was like getting ready to go get gas to mow my lawn, and I realized I was broke and had to like take money out my overdraft, my checking account, just to buy fuel for my lawnmower. I'm watching all my neighbors with like RVs and like, got trampolines in their back lawns and they got four wheelers and all these things that like luxuries that I can't buy. It doesn't really bother me, but I don't really care about luxuries in life. But I'm like, I just want to be able to enjoy my weekend and feel like I got a few extra dollars, or like when I'm mowing my lawn, I want to take pride in that. But I can't explain the feeling that you get when you're broke on a weekend. You just almost feel guilty for enjoying yourself. Does anybody know what I'm talking about?
Well, I'm going to pause for the cause. I know what you're talking about, and I believe a lot of you all out there know what he's talking about. But this is the catch, y'all. They want us to feel sympathy and empathy for them. But guess who is the cause of all of this being broke? I'm not into politics. I'm into living righteous and doing righteous. But I know who's in control of America. And I know for a fact that they will give people who just came across the border any and everything, who haven't worked a lick of any kind of time on the job in America, who have broke the law. They're rewarding people for breaking the law. They're rewarding people for breaking the law. And like my wife said to me the other day, we're driving in the car. It's only going to be rich and pretty much poor. It's not going to even be a middle class anymore, because the way everything is going, you're either going to be rich or you're going to be poor and broke, struggling. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But me living the life I've led, and me and my wife is doing pretty good because we're blessed. But I know how it is to eat government cheese and to go back to scratch. Now, I've never been on food stamps, but I'm just saying, but I know how it is to eat government cheese when I lived with my mom, me and my brothers. But anyway, we're going to get back into this, and y'all feel me on this one. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll be back.
Hi guys, I'm really stressed today. I just went to the grocery store, bought 10 items, and it was 80 freaking dollars already. I literally have $10 left in my account. The fuck? So look at my story. I got laid off from my job a month ago. And I've been applying for jobs months before I got laid off. Sent out hundreds of resumes already. Applied to hundreds of jobs on the internet, remote and on-site. Tailored my resume to every position that I applied using ChatGPT. Went to only a few interviews and still nothing. Like, what the fuck is going on with America right now? Like, it's so freaking hard to live here. Like, I'm gonna stay positive. I'm gonna keep applying for jobs. I'm gonna keep showing up. But man, my bills are not going to wait.
The cost of living in this country is currently, it's not going to be, it is currently unsustainable. And there are people that they know this, but then they'll still look at somebody else that's struggling and then tell them they're not doing good enough. I want you to imagine somebody that makes $75,000 a year. That's a pretty high up wage in terms of like top earners in this country, $75,000 a year. And we're going to go through some things here. This is a person with no debt outside of a car. And please don't hit me with the, you can go buy a car for, shut up, you can't, shut up, stop saying ridiculous things. An entry-level decent car is $30,000. So this person who puts $200 a month into insurance and they pay 5% into their 401k because, shut up, people should be able to put money into their retirement. Because if you're not doing it now, you're never going to get to start doing it later. So after those two things come out of their paycheck and their taxes are paid, they bring home $53,850 a year from a $75,000 paycheck. Average rent in my state for a one-bedroom apartment, because an adult should be able to live by themselves, $1,700. That car payment at 6% for an entry-level, very reasonable sedan, nothing fancy, car payment's $579 a month. Car insurance, $240 or so a month for a lot of vehicles in this day and age. You're a young person, you've got a nice job, but the insurance companies still want to screw you over. Food. You only cook at home. You never, ever go out. You only cook at home and you only eat decent quality food because a human being should be allowed to eat decent quality food. You pay $879 a month for that. You spend $250 a month in gas. You wear and tear on your car $100 a month. $80 for your phone, $80 for your internet, $175 a month for your electricity, $70 for your water, $20 for your cash. You make $75 grand a year, and outside of a car payment, you have zero debt. Do you know how much money you have left over annually at a $75,000 wage? You do nothing. You don't own a Netflix. You don't go out on a date. You don't pay to go to a park. You don't go watch a movie. You do nothing. If you can't find it on the internet for free, you don't get to do it. If you can't cook it at home for your $800, you don't get to do it. You have $3,700 left over annually. That's like $320 a month. And there's going to be, well, that's $300. Shut up. Shut your stupid, contrarian, edgelord mouth. That's not a doctor bill, because God knows just because we have insurance doesn't mean that we don't still pay far out the ass when we go to the doctors. People like to be entertained. They want to date. They want to... There's those of you out there that will tell somebody living like this on $75,000 a year before taxes that they are not doing what they're supposed to do, that they should get a second job, that they should get a side hustle, that they should get a better job. And the fact that you would look at somebody with no debt other than a car and say something like this to them means objectively you're a moron and you live in a fantasy world. This is unsustainable.
This is what I'm struggling with in America right now in my 20s. Why is everything so expensive? Why am I making more money waitressing than I would make using my college degree? I barely have a life. I have 2 days off, and I work Wednesday to Sunday, doubling just to pay my bills. At 22 years old, all of my bills are in my name. I have no help. How are y'all affording housing? In Myrtle Beach, a one-bedroom apartment is $1,500. How are y'all getting insurance, going to the doctor, getting medicine? And then some of us are trying to be TikTok influencers. Who knows where that's going to get me? Me and my boyfriend are saving, but we barely see each other during the week, and it feels like we're working for nothing. Do we need to move somewhere for a better job opportunity that we don't know about? Do any of y'all really know what you want to do with your life right now? It is so scary being in America right now.
What am I doing every day and I'm still broke? Like, I have a decent job, I make some decent money, but I live out here in Cali. Like, bro, as soon as I get paid, I have all these bills stacked up, bro, that shit wipes me clean. Like, fuck, I got no money left over. Making $100,000 a year doesn't get you anywhere nowadays.
Okay.
So I just went today and got my driver's license renewed, my car tags renewed, picked up 2 prescriptions, and got a few groceries. To say that I'm completely broke now is an understatement. So I'm going to have to go home and start selling off my furniture to be able to live the rest of the month. I mean, that's just, it's unbelievable. And my heart hurts today. Truly hurts for people who are not able. And we're living in some rough times, really rough times. and we need to be praying for all those around us who are not as fortunate as we are to be able to do the things that we need to do. I'm not talking about extras. I'm not talking about going on vacation and doing fun things. I'm talking about living, taking care of your vehicle if you can even afford a vehicle, putting groceries on the table, buying medicine, the things you have to do. It's sad. It's very sad.
Yeah, it's a really sad thing here.
And we are literally the brokest we've ever been. Brokest we've ever been.
But I'm making the most money I ever had my entire life. My husband and I, between the two of us, gross, make like over $80,000 a year. And if you told me a few years ago that $80,000 a year was not going to be enough for a family of four.
I make more than what I made back in 2015. But I am still literally living paycheck to paycheck.
I have to work 60 hours a week and make $80,000 a year to make ends meet. That's insane. I can't even begin to wrap my head around it.
Financially, I don't understand anymore. I don't understand how I make $34 an hour and I can't function. I can't pay my bills.
Now, y'all seeing what I'm saying? You seeing? I know it was one sister in there, but it's what she said. It's like there's nothing in my life that I can look forward to long term. They are feeling with all of us who are black. I'm black from Detroit, Michigan. Lived through the 80s, y'all. I know what it is. I know what it feel like. Me and my brothers. Come from a single family parent. My mom with me and my brothers. And we did what we had to do just to get by, just to get by, just to get by. But they can't handle it. But majority of the situation comes from people who look like them. They'd rather us not have health care for free in the United States. Did y'all know? Google it. Google it. Going to college used to be free until Ronald Reagan was like, well, blacks going, we don't want them to go for free, so we're going to make a tuition. And now you got student loan up the yin yang. And when you get these GSLs, for those of you who don't know, guaranteed student loans, you got to guarantee you're going to pay this money back. You cannot file bankruptcy and get rid of it. You owe this money, period. So yeah, do you feel sorry? Do you feel empathy or sympathy? Or are you apathetic? Now I'm going to say I'm a human being, but they brought this on themselves and us too. Because just like the crack epidemic, they put it in all the black neighborhoods, and now fentanyl is running rapid. You can't go nowhere without seeing white people on the corner asking for money. And they just about all of them. I'm not trying to judge them because I'm not here to judge anybody, but they all look like they're on drugs pretty much, or just strung out on something. Strung out on they can't cope with life. I don't know. You see them out there with their dog, a guitar, just out there on almost every corner from Vegas to Cali and everywhere in between. Or am I wrong? They can't handle it, but they the one that caused it. Is there nothing in my life that I can look forward to long term? You got to ask somebody else because I don't know the answer. But anyway, I want to thank everybody for joining me on today's episode. Till next time, is it just me? And I want you to go ahead and leave your comments below. I do read them. And go ahead and like the channel and subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get to 3,000, 4,000, whatever. But I need y'all to go ahead and subscribe. And again, thank you. You, and yes, you too. Till next time, is it just me?